Good morning, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing this morning? It has been a busy morning here at my house, out and about, doing client follow-ups, all that, but an amazing day thus far, and it is not even 11 o'clock, so pretty great day. Got some photo shoot stuff back, which I love getting my photo shoot pictures back. It's always fun, and it really just stirs all of this stuff that I could do. It really is quite an inspiration. So you'll see some of those coming out. I'm not throwing all of them out at once, but you'll see a couple of those coming out today, so you can be on the lookout for those on my socials. So today, though, I got my Instagram back, and I had gotten deactivated, and then I got it back, and then all of a sudden, like a day or two ago, I got deactivated again. And that's kind of what stirred this live stream. And so hang with me. I promise I will get you to how this is impacting your relationships. So like I said, I got deactivated from Instagram, finally got back up, saw what actually had gotten me in trouble, and it was actually something that was about life and really just expanding into life, but I used the word orgasm. We can't use the word orgasm, and apparently I got canceled. I got canceled for a little while, and it got me thinking about cancel culture, because we are seeing it everywhere. We are really seeing it everywhere, and it is right in our faces, and a lot of people think that this is like a new thing, cancel culture. But cancel culture has been around as long as us humans have been around. It used to be called just groupthink. It is why we had things like the Holocaust. It's why we had Japanese internment camps. It is why we have some of these massive issues in our history. And this is because we have this groupthink, and it ends up causing a culture of canceling people. And canceling people, their ideas, their thoughts, what they're thinking, and what ends up happening is now we are seeing this as a relationship coach. I'm seeing this in my clients coming to me. There is this idea that we should be canceling our relationships. Canceling our relationships. And even if you're not a cancel culture, or if you're not like, oh, I know all about this, the fact is these pieces have really gotten into how we interact over the last few years. And I think with COVID and all that has happened over the world over the last year and a half, it has made it even easier to cancel our relationships, both intimate, with family members, with friends, with everybody in our world. We have gotten to a space where we're so isolated that we cancel. And so let's talk about it a little bit. So this groupthink thing is so incredibly dangerous, and we can get into groupthink with as little as one other person. So two people can create groupthink even within themselves, but then we start to add other people, and this is really how that groupthink gets swirling. Okay, we create barriers for other viewpoints. And this is why we see like Dr. Seuss is canceled, some of his books are canceled, and we're seeing all of this stuff come through. I know lots of people's posts are getting canceled, and it is because we're creating this barrier against alternative viewpoints. And we then do this in our relationships. We get this groupthink thing going on. And so we stop asking questions with curiosity, and we ask questions with trying to kind of nail someone to the wall, and with another intention behind it. So we ask questions to kind of almost harm people, not really in order to just get a different viewpoint, but in order to like smack them down. That is why we ask questions. I'm seeing a lot of this in my clients, in in people, in my couples relationships. I can talk. And so it is this, are you opening to other people's viewpoints? Are you exiting a relationship just because they might have stirred you? And that's what's happening. We get this little bit of a stir, and especially in dating relationships, and people are out. They're out. They're like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing this. And so we disconnect because there's been a stir. When in truth, if we really connect with somebody, there is that, sorry, my phone is going off and got me distracted. There is, if we really connect with somebody, there's going to be friction. Guess what? There cannot be a positive relationship without some friction. The friction is our growth. The friction is a stepping in. We have to let people know their value, and we let people know their value to us by listening to them and actually holding space for their viewpoints and really hearing that. And at the end of the day, it is looking at, why are you wanting to cancel relationships? Why are you cutting people off, distancing yourself? And a lot of times when we don't want to look at our own stuff, we distance or we cut somebody off. And that's what ends up happening, is we don't grow. We don't end up growing because we disconnect from these relationships. Now, sometimes relationships really are damaging and really aren't healthy for us. And that is a different story. But a lot of times we get this groupthink going on. And so when you're looking at your relationships, again, whether that is with an intimate partner, the people you're dating, your friends, your family members, I want you to really look and go, did I come to this decision of disconnecting in this relationship, number one, from a place of groupthink? Was there like one other person that had a piece in going, well, yeah, this happened and that happened, and yeah, that person must have meant that? And was there another person, meaning like you triangulated the relationship? Or even more, was there 2, 3, 4, 5 other people that were feeding information to you? Well, then you need to be checking, really, is it aligned to be disconnecting? Are you really just canceling somebody without hearing their other perspective? Again, and that goes into the next point of, are you hearing all sides? Are you hearing all sides with an open heart? Are you being like Instagram and going like, oh my goodness, they said the word orgasm, I'm done? Or are you keeping an open heart? Are you willing to hear between the words? Are you willing to hear the space and where the emotion is and the feeling is? Was it a quick decision, or is this a constant kind of rolling decision where you've really looked internally? You've really asked yourself, is this just supposed to be teaching me a lesson? Am I supposed to be learning something right now and I'm just trying to disconnect from the lesson? Or is it, this really just isn't in alignment anymore? There was a point in my life, I know personally, that I found some family members were just not in alignment with me. It was unhealthy for me to stay connected to them at that point. We have thus then healed that relationship over the years, but there was definitely a point where I had to kind of create a cutoff with some people in my family, because outside of them, I was good, I was positive, I was feeling great, and it was actually not a positive relationship. It was not feeding me, it was just draining me. And so looking at that, and then also when you're looking at your relationships, if you're going, okay, am I canceling this person? Am I not canceling this person? Like, what am I doing here? I really want you to look at, are you creating boundaries for yourself? Did you speak these boundaries? Was the other person trying to just set boundaries? Is this like the first offense of something? Am I really hearing their side? Because in truth, if you're not willing to hear somebody else's side of things, then you are definitely closing yourself off to your lessons, your blessings, what you're wanting to hear and allow in your life. Like, you are definitely going into your ego space and swirling and allowing that to create that energy. You're not actually talking to that other person. If you're talking to other people, if you're sitting and you're gossiping, or you're talking, or you're letting others, family, friends, other partners, if you're in an open relationship or something like that, really dig into your relationship with this other person, whoever that other person is, guess what? That is not positive. That is not positive. That's going to disconnect a relationship. because you and that other person have a unique relationship. Whoever that other person is, let's just say intimate partner. So if it's your intimate partner and you go and you ask your 3 besties about your relationship, guess what? They're not going to truly be able to give you that good, hearty advice. They can share with you, but the fact is, if your perspectives are coming from them, what ends up happening is you're dismissing that connection. You're dismissing the actual communication with your intimate partner. So you're listening to people who are not actually in the relationship in order to make your decisions. And so looking at really, are you canceling people? Are you missing out on your growth and your beauty and actually transforming a relationship? Because a lot of relationships that we think need to be canceled really just need to be transformed, if they can be, if the other person is open and willing to communicate. But again, we live in this cancel culture where we just want to not feel anything negative. And in truth, there's no friction means no relationships. You will experience friction in every single one of your relationships. And so if you're looking at canceling, I want you to look at, why are you truly wanting to cancel somebody? And then the other thing is, if you are canceling people to save your peace, you need to actually look at how stable and steady your peace is. Because if you are constantly having to cancel people in your world to maintain your peace, then you yourself are not creating your own steady, stable peace internally. You are looking externally to create your peace, when in truth you need to be looking internally to create that level of peace within. Because if every time you interact with somebody, your peace goes out the window, guess what? You never had it. It's further away than you think. And that's a beautiful thing to recognize and realize, that other people are shaking your peace. Because somebody who is truly aligned, somebody who is really with self, nobody can shake their peace. They maintain their peace even in friction, even in drama and trauma and all of that. So stop canceling your life. Stop canceling your growth, and definitely stop canceling your relationships because you're not willing to stand in the fire. You're not willing to feel that raggedy edge of emotion, because that's what ends up happening. We just have this emotion, okay? And a lot of times we just want to cancel, when in truth we can lean in. So look at, what is the connection in the relationship? Am I actually reacting to maybe some past shit and not really the right now? So are there unresolved issues that need to be resolved and actually aren't any part of the current moment? Looking really, have you set boundaries appropriately? Have you set boundaries? Is this person actually aware of my boundaries? Really looking at, is this just a space for growth? So that's your journaling. Go and do a whole bunch of journaling on whoever you're wanting to cancel right now. And at the end of the day, that's not saying that we can't disconnect from relationships, because sometimes relationships need to be disconnected from. But it's, what is your reasoning? What is your soul saying? And do you have a whole big groupthink going on that is contributing to this relationship, or your desire to want to cancel this relationship? So anyway, I feel like you got my message for the day. So I have nothing I really want to massively announce today. So just head over to my site at addisonbell.net. Check out all the offerings. I always have beautiful things going on. Always have events going on, workshops. So just go check that out. If you have not liked my page, like the page, please. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe or like button, whatever format you're seeing this on. And I will see you beautiful people tomorrow for another Addison Unleash, and go grab that fire within. And that starts with looking within and stop canceling. All right, guys. Bye.